What's going on, everyone? This is Jags Central, and I hope you're all doing well. The Jags won their second preseason game against the Bucks 20-7. No real starters played for the Jags and the Bucks, and this is because both teams early in the week had joint practice, and then there was no need for starters to start. The starters that did play in the game were rookie wide receiver Brian Thompson, right tackle Anton Harrison, and also left guard Ezra Cleveland. All each participated in limited snaps during the game. Both Harrison and Cleveland didn't play in the first preseason game against the Kansas City Chiefs due to injury, so that's probably why they played in this second game. And Brian Thomas Jr. probably just the first round pick, rookie, so they probably want to see more, get him more game snaps. So even though it seems like we can't really take much from this game as it was backups versus backups, I think the main story coming out of this game is that Mac Jones has snatched and secured that backup role over CJ Beathard. He had a really, really nice, tidy game. He completed 16 passes on 23 attempts, which is 70%, and he went for 210 yards and 2 TDs and no interceptions. He played the first half, sat for when CJ Beathard came in, and then the CJ Beathard-led unit struggled to move the ball, and then Mac Jones returned to the game after CJ Beathard got a groin injury, and he led the team to another touchdown drive. I think right then and there, it was just... I think even when CJ Beathard was playing, you could just see the unit was struggling to move the ball. You could just see the gulf in quality, the difference in quality between the two quarterbacks, and then even when Mac Jones came back into the game, that just was a stamp of approval that Mac Jones is basically the backup QB for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mac Jones was also protected really well and given enough time to basically throw the ball. To be honest, if you give any NFL quarterback enough time to throw the ball, they'll make their throws. So going into the season, Mac Jones being our backup quarterback, so in case anything happens to Trevor Lawrence, that's something that I'm quite confident about for Mac Jones to come in and steady the ship. So for me, the biggest play of the game was that first touchdown from Mac Jones to Parker Washington. It was a 3rd and 17 scenario. Usually, quarterbacks will probably be checking it down, take the safe route, and just live to fight another down. Mac Jones thought, you know what? No, I'm threading this through the needle against a cover 2 defense, and he got that ball over the linebacker straight to Parker Washington and for a touchdown. And that was a really, really amazing play from Mac Jones and also Parker Washington. This is the second game now that Parker Washington has shown so much promise. Last year he was a rookie, didn't get enough games because of injury, but these past 2 preseason games he's been showing out. In this game, Parker Washington, he had 3 catches on 3 targets for 38 yards and 1 touchdown. And that's a really, really solid game for Parker Washington. And I'm really looking forward to see what he does against Atlanta in the 3rd and final preseason game. And then also seeing what he does going into the season. Another person that is looking so much more confident is Tanks Bigsby. Like, he's showing so much more promise. Last season he didn't really have a great preseason, and he also had an underwhelming rookie season, but now he's looking so much more confident. He's looking amazing. He had 10 carries for 37 yards. He also had 3 catches for 19 yards. Didn't get into the end zone, but as a backup running back, I'm really confident in his ability to make meaningful contributions this season compared to what he did last season. The rest of the offense, I think Austin Trammell had also a good game. He had 4 catches on 5 targets for 75 yards, but no touchdowns, so he had a really good game. And then also the rookie kicker, Cam Little, 2 for 2, 1 from 26 it was, and then 1 was around the 45, around the 45. So looking at Cam Little, I'm so confident going into the season that he's a reliable kicker, can make it from deep, and then also can make kicks in general. On the defensive side, linebacker Chad Muma came to play. He had 4 tackles and 3 of them were solo. The defense in general, the defense stuffed the Bucks. The Bucks only scored 1 touchdown, but the defense had 5 3-and-outs. They had 3 sacks, 4 QB hits, and they also held Tampa to 18% on 3rd down and 0% on 4th down conversion rate as well. The Bucks offense didn't score in the game after, I think it was 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. So in the whole second half, they didn't score. And we also had double the time in possession, and that was mainly due to Mac Jones, of course, keeping the offense moving, but also the defense holding down the Bucs. Injuries during the game. I think last week we didn't have any injuries during the game, but this game we had CJ Beathard, who left the game in the second half due to a groin injury. He's had this lingering groin injury for a while, and with groin injuries in general, it's usually really, really hard to get rid of. And at the moment, the Jags only have 2 quarterbacks on the roster, and teams usually have 4 quarterbacks in preseason and 3 in the regular season. So the Jags need to find 2 more QBs for the next week, of preseason, and then at least 1 for that third role during the season. But to be honest, 1 more preseason game, and that is it. The regular season is starting. I can't wait for week 1. Just 1 more game to go through. I think that watching a game of backups, no offense to those NFL players, but of course what we want to see is the best of the best. But yeah, we just have 1 more week to get through, and that's it. The regular season is going to be starting. I can't wait for it to get kicked off. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe and like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.